Hello everyone. So again we are here today. Today I will not be talking about a lot of smart contracts or anything. So today, like what we have built yesterday, so on top of that I have created a simple UI sort of, so that to visualize everything and just to showcase you that how creating an application is simple nowadays. Like once you know the basics of it, once you know that how things can be done, so then the entire process becomes much more easier. So today, like I will be just sharing you few tips of like how to build the application, because I see a lot of people like directly writing the LLM to just create it, right? But that is a wrong way. So there is a system to everything, and today I am just going to share my own system that I follow, and if you find it helpful, then hopefully like the next application that you are trying to build would be much more better than what you did, right? So just to give a basic overview on like what we did yesterday, right? So like yesterday we created a simple smart contract which worked based on the UPI, right? So the smart contract had a request method which you can create a request to. Like let's say you want that someone needs to pay 5 USDC, right? So that's a request. So you can create this sort of payment request in the smart contract. Then you would have to approve, right, from the wallet to the smart contract, that you are approving the smart contract to spend this much amount of tokens freely. And the next is settle or like pay. So this is the smart contract function. So like based on your approval, the smart contract would be able to pay the person who has created the request, right? So this is sort of the smart contract that we had built yesterday. So it is based on the life cycle of UPI, that is request, approve and settle or pay, right? Now like we have created one thing simply, we have created a UI for it. So let me just give you a brief overview of the UI. So here we have connected our like wallet address. Now when we go to the dashboard, we can see that all our request that is present, and a simple UI to create a new request, right? So as we can see that currently we have few address which are unpaid and few requests which are paid. Now one thing to keep in mind, that all this data are coming directly from the smart contract itself. We have not created any backend, we are directly fetching it from the smart contract and we are showing it. Now this is a truly decentralized platform, because we are not storing anything centrally, everything is decentralized, right? Now whenever like when I will go into much more complex stuff, then also I will show that how to show massive amount of data directly from the blockchain itself without like keeping a central backend, because that simply removes the need for decentralization, right? Because if you are going to keep the users data in a central database, then like why use Web3 at all, why use decentralization at all, right? So all this data currently coming from the smart contract itself. Just to show you a proof, like here you can see that all the calls that has been done, like all the requests that has been created are on chain, and all these data are coming in here, right? And to showcase that how it looks like, so this is already paid, as you can see. And like let's say I want to pay a new thing, right? I want to pay this 1 USDC, right? So when I will like click pay now, so first what it will do, it will check that whether my approval is already there or not, right? But since my approval is not present, so first it will try to approve. So here as you can see, it's written that you are giving someone else permission to spend this amount from your account, right? So that means that I am giving this smart contract, I am giving the smart contract the spending amount of 1 USDC from my account, right? So first I confirm that you can now pay. Now the smart contract would initiate this spending, that he wants to settle the payment based on the life cycle that I just said. And just like that, like our payment has been processed. So if we right now head over to our smart contract, if we refresh it, just 9 seconds ago, as you can see, the pay has been initiated, right? And here you can see the status has also changed, correct? So now if we go back to our dashboard, we can see that our request has been successfully paid. So this is about the simple UI and the simple thing that we have created. Now talking about the process, right? A lot of people I see just does like prompts the LLM like this, like create a beautiful let's say UPI dashboard, right? But the term beautiful is very subjective, right? Like it doesn't make any sense that what beautiful actually means, right? So the LLM most of the time gets confused and creates a gibberish like purple gradient sort of UI, which is like just disgusting, to be very honest. So we have to be very articulate about the prompt that we are giving, and we have to be very specific about what we want and what are the features we want. So if we come back to the prompt that I have used, right? So the prompt that I have currently used is goes something like this. So it's like formatted in a MD format file, right? So if I open the preview of it, so I have first given the action like the role that he will be playing. So I have given the role that you are working on a UPI like payment application, right? And I have also written down what this is, and I have also mentioned the routes. I have mentioned what each route does and how you will design everything, like the visual guidance, the UX improvement. Like I wanted a pastel colored theme and pixel arted style of UI, right? So based on that, I have written down each and everything specifically, how each page would be formatted, how each page would be styled. So this is sort of the UI prompt that you should be going with. Now one question might come to your mind that how do I know about all these routes and everything? Well, before redesigning the UI, the first thing that you should do is create a functional prototype, right? So what do I mean by functional prototype? So a prototype just in black and white, where all the feature just works, nothing else. You don't have to do any sort of style, any sort of anything. Just in black and white, implement the main functional part, that this is how the payment is working, this is how everything is working. So create the functional prototype. Once the functions are ready, then only go for creating a beautiful UI. Otherwise what will happen is that the LLM would generate tons of files regarding UI, and when you are about to implement the real function, then it messes up. Like based on the UI and the functions, everything becomes gibberish. So my idea would be that first create a functional prototype and then only go with the real UI redesign, right? So follow this strategy. From the next time you are building some sort of application or anything, first create the functional prototype, then do the real UI like redesign, correct? So this is sort of the idea that I wanted to give to you today. This is currently a very basic application, doesn't have a lot features in it, but in the coming days I will be improving more on the smart contract end and on the UI end, and I will be sharing the updates. Like for example, like whenever a payment is done, currently I am scanning the blockchain itself, right? Like when a method is being called, but there are processes called indexes, there are processes called events, right, which we can listen to, which will like update all these things in real time, and it would load the data much more faster, right? We don't need to do all sorts of things. And also if you remember, like in my previous smart contract, I have not stored who is the payee, right? Because currently it's paid because I have been paying with the same wallet, but if I change the wallet, then like all this would be gone, right? So we will be improving our smart contract much more than what it is currently, and based on everything I will share you the update. So that is it for today. Hope you guys find it useful and learn something out of this. Thank you.